Some people like to downplay the real-world significance of that which occurs online. Many find comfort in dismissing the online world as inconsequential. This is a terrible mistake. From terrorist attacks to reactionary radicalization, the online world has had major consequences. The online world is a part of the real world. The online world is inseparable from the real world. The online world has significant influence on the real world. The online world has a massive influence on people's opinions and worldviews. And people's opinions and worldviews are highly consequential. This is an obvious reality. Political movements spanning from the far left to the far right have benefited substantially from their online activities. We downplay the significance of the online world at our own peril, for this world is of enormous political significance. It has a major influence on the worldviews and opinions of countless people. The online world has promoted ideas. The online world has radicalized some and de-radicalized many. The online world has aided electoral victories and inspired terrorist attacks. The online world has major political consequences. We ignore this at our own peril. Many ignore this reality because doing so gives them comfort. They can pretend that the idiocy and immorality of the internet is meaningless. They can pretend that their own online idiocy is inconsequential. But it is not. Nothing annoys me more than those who defend their online activities on the basis that it does not matter. People lie to themselves about the internet being inconsequential to justify otherwise indefensible behavior. They partake in delusions that allow them to overlook their immorality. Online activities wield massive influence over the worldviews of countless people. There is nothing insignificant or inconsequential about that. One can claim that online matters are insignificant and inconsequential. The victims of countless terrorist attacks demonstrate the contrary. To ignore the significance of a major angle of political influence is a massive mistake. The internet wields enormous influence over people's worldviews. People's worldviews dictate their actions. People's worldviews dictate political outcomes. That is the reality, and only a fool overlooks it. The online world is enormously significant and consequential. Some may suggest that I am merely stating the obvious. Yet in a world of idiocy and delusion, stating the obvious is both important and controversial. If people could recognize the obvious, politics would be a much more simple business. Unfortunately, those who comment on political matters are condemned to repeat the obvious, for politics seems to encourage people to forget that they have eyes. Sometimes people must be reminded to use simple reasoning. The absence of simple reasoning is the cause of most political problems. That simple reasoning must be advocated is a necessity. Simple reasoning is the cure to so many ills. Common idiocy is the ultimate plague of humanity. This plague has caused more damage than any other. It must be eliminated, and that means saying things that sound obvious. Employing simple reasoning and stating the obvious may not feel profoundly intellectual, but it does not need to sound profoundly intellectual. All that it needs to be is an antidote to the philosophic and societal decay that is caused by idiocy, and it serves that purpose perfectly. And so, we are condemned to state the obvious.